believer just using Bereshit to Malachi. I can't. I need Corinthians, Revelation, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John to prove to you that heaven is the eternal home of the believer. But if you don't allow me to use the Brit Hadashah, and you believe the Catholic Church wrote it, and it wasn't written by Hebrews under the inspiration of Yahweh, then you're right. There is no heaven for the believer. And it is a pagan doctrine. But I'm not going to let you pull the Brit Hadashah out of my hand. Turn to your neighbor and say, he's not going to let you pull it out of his hand.
He's not going to let you pull it out of his hand. Hallelujah.
I've given too much for the Brit Hadashah. I've laid down too much for the Brit Hadashah.
That's right.
It is as inspired as the Torah. That's hard to believe, isn't it? But it is as inspired as is the Torah. 2 Corinthians 5. Just sit there and don't move. 2 Corinthians 5. You at home. I know you're getting fidgety now. 2 Corinthians 5. Verse 1. For we know. Ted, do we know it? We should know it. We know. Well, Rabbi, I got to pray about this. Some of you are going to come to me after the service. Well, brother, now I'm not Rabbi anymore. That's why I know when people get angry at me in a message. I'm not Rabbi Moshe anymore. I'm Brother Moshe. I can just tell when people are angry at me that I said something they didn't agree with, or they didn't understand, or they're not on the same page with me, or they think I'm wrong, just dead wrong. Brother Moshe. I would like to talk to you can I talk to you, Brother Moshe? But then when they like the message, oh, Rabbi, oh, Rabbi, oh, Rabbi, oh, Rabbi, oh. But when they're angry at me and they like the message, Brother Moshe, do you have a couple of minutes to talk? For we know, verse 1, 2 Corinthians 5:1. For we know that if the tent of our earthly house, point to your body, please. Point to your neighbor's body. Point back to your body and says, tent, earthly house.
Tent, earthly house.
Earthly house, tent.
Hallelujah.
Earthly house, tent. Tent, earthly house.
Temporary.
Turn to your neighbor and say, this is my earthly house tent. Now, we know, do we know? Well, if we believe that heaven is a pagan doctrine, then nobody gets into heaven. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient? Now look at this, verse 1. You know why people don't want to believe there's a heaven? Because if they believe there's a heaven, they believe there's a lake of fire. And if they believe there's a lake of fire, that means some folks not going to make it to heaven. So rather than deal with that unpleasant circumstance, they just say that Brit Hadashah is not inspired. And then they go back to the Tanakh and they look for a verse that says, and Moses went to heaven, but they don't find it. So they go, aha, the church invented it. 2 Corinthians 5:1. We know that if the tent of our earthly house, not talking about the temple in Jerusalem, it's our earthly house, is destroyed, we have a building from Elohim, a house not made with hands, everlasting in the Bahamas. Excuse me. It's a hoax. Time out, guys. Now there's only one way you can get rid of this. Just toss out the entire Brit Hadashah, uninspired. Leave me alone. Well, once you've adopted that position, you're on your way to Orthodox Judaism, and you're days away from renouncing Yeshua. This has nothing to do with soul sleep. You want to believe in soul sleep? Go ahead. Yahweh be with you. I'm not even wasting my time arguing with you. We're not talking about soul sleep. We're talking about what happens to the spirit of the believer. I believe the body sleeps till Yeshua, till the resurrection. I do believe that. Yes. I believe the body sleeps. So I believe in soul sleep. Because the soul needs the body to soul. What does soul mean? Smell, taste, hearing, understanding, laughter, anger, crime. All the emotions need the brain needs the spine needs the vocal cord, so the soul and the body both sleep together. So I believe in soul sleep? Absolutely, but not the kind that those folks teach. Right. Because the spirit is everlasting. The spirit was given by Yahweh, and it will either live forever or Yahweh will discard that spirit as unredeemed. So I believe in soul sleep because the soul cannot function without the body. The body and the soul function together. If you take away the soul from the body, you've got a corpse. You put the soul back in the body, you've got a corpse that's awake, you've got a corpse that hears, you've got a corpse that gets angry, that can react to the conditions in the world. We've been told that the soul is a spirit. No, it's the emotions that need the body to function. It's like World Wrestling Entertainment. Okay? It's like wrestling. You need they need to go together. It's a tag team. You ever seen wrestling? They have those tag teams. There is no soul without the body. So when the body dies, what do you think happens to the soul? The soul dies. So what lives? The spirit. What did Yeshua die to save? The spirit. What did Yeshua die to redeem? The spirit. That's how you and I have been taught. You and I have been taught. The Lord gave us an immortal soul. Really? No. Now that's a Greek pagan doctrine.
That's right. Amen.
That is a Greek pagan doctrine. The soul is immortal, is not immortal, and Yahweh said in the day that the soul sins, the soul shall die.
That's right.
The soul is not immortal. But the spirit is.
Yeah.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Let me get back to the text. 2 Corinthians 5:1. A house not made with hands, everlasting in the Uranos, in the Uranos, heavens, Shemayim. For indeed, in this we groan, longing to put on our dwelling, which is from heaven. The building is from heaven, but it's only put on in heaven. What does it say? Where is it everlasting? Is that everlasting body everlasting? That new body that Yeshua will give us one day? Yes. But when do we get it? Well, when we get it when we get to heaven. The spirit is clothed in a heavenly body. Yahweh takes that spirit and brings it with him at his coming, Yeshua, and reunites it with a new glorified physical body. Amen. So that body, soul, and spirit are reunited. People ask me all the time, well, what happens if I cremated someone and I wasn't supposed to? Nothing. You think cremation can stop Yahweh from giving that person a new body? What do you think the earth is going to do? It's going to turn into dust anyway. So ashes or dust is no difference. Ashes and dust are the same thing, as far as Yahweh is concerned.
Amen.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Verse 3, so that having put it on, we shall not be found naked. Ephesians 3. Ephesians, is anyone enjoying?
Yes.
Other than that side of the room, is anyone else enjoying?
Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Ephesians 3 and 15. Now get this. For this reason, verse 14, I bow my knees to the Father of our Master Yahushua HaMoshiach, from whom all the fatherhood in the heavens and the earth is named. What? What? There are fathers in heaven? What? What? Fathers in heaven? It says the entire family of heaven is named after Yahweh. Family in heaven? What family? Angels are angels. They're malachim. They're not the family of Yahweh, the children of Yahweh, the daughters of Yahweh. Here it says that the family of Yahweh is named by Yahweh's name. It says the fathers in the heavens. Everybody see that? The King James reads even better, that verse. The whole family of what? Somebody read me Ephesians 3:15. In the King Jaime.
Come on.
Hello? Now where? Come on, King James, folks. Where are you now that I need you? Huh? Talk to me.
From whom the whole family in heaven and earth.
Stop. From whom the whole family in heaven. Family in heaven? I thought the whole family's on earth. I thought the believers going to heaven is a pagan doctrine. Here it says there's the family of Yahweh that has Yahweh's name in heaven. What family?
The whole family.
Can't be the angels because they're not Yahweh's children. There's somebody up there that are not angels.
The Holy Mother.
Brian's just hit the unemployment line.
That's right. Out the door.
Baruch Hashem Yahweh. The whole family in heaven. Obviously, that's not Mother Mary, it's other believers.